Stands 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing in at 126 pounds. Fighting out of Sichuan, China, the Tibetan Eagle, Sumudaerji. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Jason Herzog.
Jason Herzog shares the octagon with our flyweights. Thank you very much, Red De La Cruz. Round one ahead. There is Zarruch the Lion Adashev against the Tibetan Eagle. Sumudaerji comes in as a -500 favorite into this contest. Steps into that southpaw stance, opens up with a lovely inside leg kick.
The length of Sumudaerji is something that's going to be very beneficial.
Oh, but he gets
at
tagged there.
And that's what I talked about when I talked to Adashev and his coaches. They liked being able to fight the taller fighter because he likes closing that distance and throwing those overhands and those big hooks.
And as the longer fighter, Sumudaerji needs to throw something when Adashev is entering. If he just backs up, you'll see Adashev throw those looping punches, big right hand, big left hand, as Sumudaerji is trying to back out of range. And that's when you catch those longer fighters.
Sumudaerji believes that speed is going to be his best attribute in this fight. Combine that with those rangy strikes as well. Adashev with a lot of kickboxing experience. Former glory kickboxer.
Beautiful inside leg kick there from Sumudaerji. And look how fast that right switch kick is.
And you look at Adashev's record, right? And you say, oh my goodness, 3-2. But this young man was 16-3 with 10 knockouts in kickboxing. So he has a high level of striking experience that carries him into the UFC. And in the Sumudaerji fight, he's fighting a guy that isn't looking to take him down. So in reality, he would be the more skilled or more experienced standout fighter in this matchup.
Yeah. But Paul, as you were saying, with Adashev's camp and then Sumudaerji, both of these fighters are doing the right things. They're at great camps. Nick Catone for Adashev and then Team Alpha Male. So they're getting all the looks that they need. It's going to be interesting to see if they do try and switch it up on us.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tale of two game plans here, right? You've got Sumudaerji, who obviously wants to keep this on the outside, use his range, use that laser beam of a left hand, as well as that inside leg kick. You see him already forcing Adashev to switch stances, which I know he tends to do anyway. But for Adashev, he's got to try to close this distance, get inside. But easier said than done when you've got such a talented striker in Sumudaerji.
And DC, we spoke about Sumudaerji not going back to China and sticking around in the US to improve his skills. But Adashev left his family in New York to move to New Jersey away from everyone.
That was twice. I watched Sumudaerji right there throw his jab and then fade back out of position to try to goad Adashev into trying to counter. And then watch him throw that check right hook. He throws the jab and then he starts to fade back knowing that Adashev's going to follow him back in, and he throws a check right hook. He's done it 2 times.
He's trying to set traps.
Yes, he is. The jab, then he's going to try to fade back because he knows Adashev is coming, trying to counter his jab. It's a beautiful little setup there by Sumudaerji.
Ooh. I love that switch kick from Sumudaerji.
So fast.
Later today, 2 of the best welterweights in the world headline the main card. Michael the Maverick Chiesa takes a 3-fight win streak into the octagon to face the surging Neil Magny. Tremendous 5-fight main card continues nice and early, noon Eastern, right here on ESPN.
You see it, Paul? You see him there?
Yep.
Adashev didn't play the game. Adashev didn't do what he's expecting right there. But I tell you, man, the moment he charges in off of that jab, he's going to find himself eating a big right hand.
Yeah, Adashev's got to try to get his own offense going, though. Because Sumudaerji has no issue staying out here all day and playing this game.
Hey, Paul, I love that you said the game, because it's a game. Look, it's a game within a game here, right? Sumudaerji's trying to set the trap. He's trying to see if Adashev is going to play the game, play his game, dance his dance as they get going in this fight.
Well, Adashev indicated that he'd always seen Sumudaerji pressure the fighters, but he was always fighting grapplers. So he didn't think that Sumudaerji was going to come out here and try and put pressure on him because he might be scared of his hands, but that doesn't seem to be the case.
No, it does not. I think Adashev's doing a good job, though. He is getting inside, and he's staying relatively safe and countering. The cleaner shots obviously are being landed by Sumudaerji at this point.
Because Sumudaerji can get to him from much further away.
Yeah.
Right? The distance, the reach that he has. He does a really good job of fighting at range. I'd love to show just the distance at which they fight, how their feet are never close. Look at all the space in between those two. Now, if you look at a taller guy and a shorter guy, it's very easy to see who would hold the advantage whenever there's that much distance between the fighters.
Welcome back after tonight's main event. Don't miss a recap of all the action on tonight's post show on ESPN+. DC Felder and Brett join John Anik to break it all down after the main event, only on ESPN+.
You know it, be there or be square.
They should definitely put that into my script. 100%.
I mean, I've never heard anyone say anything cooler.
I would read that every time during the fight.
All right, let's see here. Oh, nice
there it is. Yep,
that's what his corner said.
Listen, this is truly a chance for Adashev to show that he, like you said, DC, he's got the kickboxing experience here.
Yep.
He may not have it in MMA, but this is not really going to be an MMA fight, is it?
No, did you see what he did there? He threw the double jab and then he let the last punch follow. Sumudaerji picked up on a sequence in the first round that they were stopping after 2 strikes. Adashev just extended it 1 extra punch and he landed the best strike of the fight for himself.
Adashev knew that he was going to be in for a war when there was an opponent switch from Jeff Molina, his original pairing. But he needs to take all and every opportunity to be successful in this game. Oh, nailed him with the left hand.
That was nice by Sumudaerji. Double jab, that left hand right over the top.
Sumudaerji's become quite a big star back home. Oh, we see some little wrestling here.
Wow, became an MMA fight there, DC.
I love the way that these guys feint at each other the entire time, right? Before they go, they always pop a shoulder. They always feint the punch. They always maybe throw the half jab. It's never just a blind attack.
Oh, that was risky, and he's paying for it.
Oh, big right hands there from Adashev.
Those are some big shots by Adashev.
Oh, left hook. I like this. I think that's a smart move for Adashev to mix in some of these takedowns and level changes to get Sumudaerji off of his game.
And to show him that if he lets him get close, he is going to
take you down.
Him. Yes. Take you down, and if I get a hold of him, I'm going to let everything fly.
Oh boy, that left hook, if that had landed, Sumudaerji's hands were completely down.
Adashev really growing into this fight.
Yes, he is. Much better second round for Adashev.
How about the depth of talent at 125 pounds?
It really is
right
becoming one of the divisions to watch right now.
Love it.
And to think this division was on its way out. You know, if not for Henry Cejudo and now Deuce Teguera, Davison Figueiredo, and his exciting style. Whoa. Now has successfully closed the distance in round number 2 to the point that he's landed numerous great shots on Sumudaerji.
From both sides too, DC, because he's switching his stances, but what he's doing is that he's punching into it. He's getting confidence now, but Sumudaerji just needs to land one time to get himself right back into the round.
With that kickboxing acumen, he's downloading all the information at Adashev, and he's finding it. But he gets caught. The counter check hook.
Hey, that's that check hook we
What did I say?
Oh my
You
God.
said it.
Check hook, right? We talked about it. He's trying to get out of range.
Setting traps.
And land that little check hook, and boy.
Oh, no, he's in
my
trouble.
goodness.
Sumudaerji's laying it on now.
Sumudaerji has some insane power.
The smile is coming back across the face of Sumudaerji.
I mean, he hit him with that counter left right hook, then the jab stunned him on the last one, followed by the left hand. And look at the patience. We spoke earlier about how Nurmagomedov hurt his opponent and rushed a bit. Look at Sumudaerji. Had him hurt and then goes right back to just calculating, as you guys said earlier.
Adashev circling the outer octagon. Last 30 seconds in this round. Still another 5 minutes to go. Just when Adashev was looking to find his way back in, Sumudaerji has the biggest moment of the fight. We're going to see a third back after these.
When his opponent's rushing, check right hook was going to land, and there it was. And the snot went flying. Hey, that's happened to me before in the middle of that octagon. The snot goes flying, you know that the punch landed real good.
And that was a round that Adashev looked fantastic in, and Sumudaerji took it back with that hook and dropping him.
Yeah, man, he just kind of slides. He slides knowing that he can goad Adashev into going forward and throwing big looping punches, and if his is just a little tighter, he's going to get to the chin first.
Yeah, and I like that Adashev's corner was true with him.
Yeah.
Though. You know, they're like, listen,
I was about to say,
down.
Impressive cornering. I can't tell who it is to the masks on, but
It's my boy Ryan.
The round before, when they gave it, he gave a detail, didn't he, DC? He came out and he put the combination right on him, and that's when he started to really get things going.
Yeah, find some success, you know, and I mean, these guys are very talented stand-up guys, very good strikers, but I mean, Sumudaerji's ability to control range, his ability to be in and out and stay out of real significant danger, for a young fighter, this is very talented and a very high-level skill.
There you go again, big feints. That's a sign of some real high-level strike.
Yeah.
Like you said, they're always pumping something, putting something out there. Like even there, again, from Adashev, he will pump fake with the jab, wants to see what's his opponent going to do. What are you going to put out there so that I can give the appropriate counter?
Absolutely, Paul. Nothing blind, nothing empty. Empty attacks are what gets you beat up.
Oh, yeah, and between these two gentlemen, they'll get you KO'd real fast.
Can't make those types of mistakes.
I mean, Sumudaerji's just got a swagger about him.
Yeah. You know, he used to be a shepherd before he turned his attentions to martial arts. And now he's like some superstar back home.
What's a shepherd? One of those guys that kind of stands outside with the livestock? Is that what happens?
Yeah.
You guys still have those?
Cattle.
You guys still have those over in Europe?
Well, it is a real.
I don't think we have shepherds anymore. When was the last time you saw a shepherd?
I mean,
in the nursery rhymes, right?
I'm not around too much livestock either.
Let's be honest, when was the last time you saw a shepherd or heard of one?
Hey, that's why we love the international nature of this sport.
Do you wear like a really long robe?
Yeah,
like
what do you wear out there, man?
You guys do?
I'm gonna go shepherding.
That's it. There's a new show. Me and DC going shepherd. Can you picture that, us in that outfit?
It would be
us
terrible.
shepherding over in China somewhere. Anyway, back to this strike.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, back in Abu Dhabi.
No shepherds here.
Jumping sidekick from Sumudaerji. That's nice. But Adashev, it's just that reach, right?
Yeah.
A lot of these counters would probably clip most at that weight division.
I think that we are just, I don't know if we're giving enough credit to Sumudaerji and his ability to keep the space between the feet. Right, he's right out of range of where Adashev can lead. And a lot of times, fights boil down to who gets to go first.
Yeah.
Adashev can't go first because he's always too far out. And when he starts to get close, Sumudaerji does this, right? He lands, now watch him get back at range. He never enters and puts himself in danger. Again, back up, reset. Now fight me where I want you at. Look at all the space between them every time.
Nice body shot there from Sumudaerji, and you know, oh, nice check, nice right hand over the top. Again, shakes his head, but that landed.
It sure did.
Adashev coming forward now.
You have to. If you're Adashev right now, you have to just kind of let it go. And I know we said that in a couple fights earlier. But with these guys that are behind, you just got to kind of make them fight you.
I mean, he's going for it. I appreciate that, right? He knows he's down. He had great success in the second round, but obviously when you get dropped like that, you're going to lose that round.
Sumudaerji's got to stay concentrated here because Adashev is millimeters away.
And he's throwing bombs.
You start to try to fight the guy's ego, right, Paul? You kind of hope to get to Sumudaerji's ego.
Yeah, get him to swing with you a little bit.
If I'm Adashev, I start waving my hands at him like, let's fight.
Yeah.
Start to challenge him and hope that he stands there on a quarter and engages with you on your terms.
Yeah, get after his ego a little bit.
Last few seconds then.
Great movement from Adashev as well. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, he was there and then he wasn't. Oh! Nice work. Let's see how the judges scored this one.